So hello everyone, today our focus will be mainly on nucleic acid. So nucleic acid. So what is nucleic acid? Nucleic acids are basically those components, okay, which synthesize proteins, okay, in our body, and also they carry the uh, characteristics from one generation to another, okay. So these are nucleic acid. So nucleic acids are basically two types. One is DNA, another one is RNA, okay. So DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA means ribonucleic acid, okay. Now what are these DNA and RNA? Okay, what are the structure of these DNA and RNA? That is what our point of concern. So let's discuss about nucleic acid. Suppose there is a small box, okay, and several number of small boxes like this, if they combine, they will result in a structure like this, okay. Now as of now, just assume that this long chain that I have drawn here is the nucleic acid, okay. So what are these small boxes? These small boxes are known as nucleotide. Nucleotide, okay. So these small boxes are known as nucleotide, CLEO, okay. So small nucleotides combine and they result in the formation of a nucleic acid, okay, whether it's a DNA or RNA, whatever it is, okay. They are basically a combination of small components called nucleotide, okay. If this is called a polymer, then these small boxes are known as monomer units, okay. Several monomer units combine and then they will result in the formation of a polymer like nucleic acid, okay. Now our job is to see what is the structure of this nucleotide, okay. So for this we have to see how a nucleic acid is formed or what are the components of nucleic acids. So let's erase this and try to understand. As I have told, nucleic acid is mainly formed by the combination of nucleotide, okay, some monomer units called nucleotide. So if nucleic acid is a polymer, then these nucleotides are monomer, so they will combine and they will form nucleic acid. Now this nucleotide, this is made up of three components. What are these three components? The first thing is a base. We call it nitrogen base because in this base there is nitrogen, so that's why it is known as nitrogen base. There is a sugar made up of 5 carbon, so that's why we call it pentose sugar, okay. And also there is a phosphate group. Okay, there is also a phosphate group. So these are the three components of nucleotide. Okay, they combine and one nucleotide is formed. Several nucleotide combine and the nucleic acid is formed. All right. Now, what about this nitrogen base? The nitrogen base also can be two types. What are the two types? The first one is known as purine base. The second one is called pyrimidine base. Okay, purine base are adenine and guanine. Okay, pyrimidine base, they are thymine, cytosine and uracil. Okay, how they look like, what are their structure, everything I am going to discuss now. But before that, let's try to understand these units. What about pentose sugar? Pentose sugar, as I have told, they contain 5 carbon atoms, right? So two types of pentose sugar are there. One is ribose, which is found in RNA. Another one is deoxyribose, which is found in RNA. Okay, it is found in DNA. So ribose is found in RNA and deoxyribose is found in DNA. Okay, now what about phosphate? Phosphate, simple phosphate, PO4 3 minus group. Okay, so these are the main components of a nucleic acid. Okay, they combine and they result in the formation of a nucleic acid. Now I will get to now we will discuss about these purine bases and these pyrimidine bases, how they look, what are their structures, and also these things, ribose and deoxyribose sugars, how they look like. After that, we will combine every one of them to form a nucleic acid monomer unit, and also after that we'll combine 3 or 4 nucleotide monomer unit to form a nucleic acid later on. Okay, gradually everything we will do. So first let's see how they look like, and then these two. Okay, one by one. So first of all, two types of bases. One is purine, another one is pyrimidine. Okay, so how does a purine base look like? This we need to know. So purine. So this is the structure of a purine base. So this is the structure of purine. Okay, now as I have told that there are two purine bases, one is adenine, another one is guanine. So how does adenine look like? See, first of all, let's draw the skeleton. Which skeleton? The purine skeleton. This is the purine skeleton. Okay, now what I will do, I will write one NH2 group at this position, and now this is known as adenine. This is known as adenine. Okay, this is known as adenine. Similarly, what about guanine? What about guanine? Again, I will draw this skeleton. Again, I will draw this skeleton. Okay, and how will I change this one? The hydrogen is still there. The hydrogen is still there. Now, how will I change this? I will write one NH2 over here. Okay, I will add one double bond O over here. So that's why a double bond here and one hydrogen over here. So this is basically the structure of guanine. Now I hope everybody has understood why these two bases are called purine base, because their main skeleton is basically similar to that of purine base, this one, okay, purine. So that's why they are known as purine base. Okay, and I hope everybody has understood why they are called nitrogen base, because you can see there are lot of nitrogen in these bases. Okay, so the second thing is the pyrimidine base. So purine has been discussed. Now it's time for the pyrimidine. Pyrimidine. So how does it look like? The pyrimidine base looks something like this. That's it. This is called pyrimidine base. Okay. Now, what are the pyrimidine base? As we have discussed, there are 3 pyrimidine bases. So we have to discuss them one by one. So let's discuss the first pyrimidine base, which is cytosine. So this is how cytosine look like. Here there is a double bond O and here is a hydrogen. So this is the structure of cytosine, in short C. Okay, and we'll have to discuss about thymine and uracil as well. So what about thymine and what about uracil? So the first thing is thymine. In thymine, here there is a double bond O. There is a double bond O like this. Okay, and also there is a CH3 group. So this is called thymine. And what about uracil? There is a small difference between thymine and uracil. And what is the small difference? Let's draw it here. That's it. This is called uracil. This is called uracil or U. So these are the pyrimidine bases. So what we have discussed? We have discussed the purine bases and also the pyrimidine bases. Now it's time for the sugar, that is pentose sugar, ribose and deoxyribose. So let's know these two sugars one by one. So let's draw sugar. So as I have discussed, it's a pentose sugar. So that's why there should be 5 carbons. So 2 sugar I am going to write. One is deoxyribose, another one is ribose. So one by one. See, there is a 5-membered ring and with an oxygen. So that means, as I have told, that there are 5 carbon atoms, but we cannot see 5 carbon atoms in this structure. So where is the 5th carbon atom? Here it is, CH2OH, CH2OH. Now we have got 5 carbon atoms. Where are the 5 carbon atoms? How to do the numbering? See, this carbon atom is marked as 1, this one as 2, this one is 3, this one is 4 and this one as 5. Same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now what about ribose and what about oxyribose? Okay. So first of all, OH, H and also here H. So this is common in both the cases, OH, H and another H. Okay, here H, OH, OH, H. Here H, OH, H and H. The difference lies in the second carbon, as everyone can see. The difference lie in the second carbon. Okay. If you see the second carbon, that is only different, but rest everything is same. The first one is D-ribose and the second one is deoxyribose. Okay. The first one is D-ribose and the second one is deoxyribose. Deoxyribose. Okay, so this ribose is found in RNA and this deoxyribose is found in DNA. All right. Now we have discussed every single component like the N base, the sugar. Okay. Now we'll combine this N base and sugar and we'll try to see how does it look like. So where this N base will combine, this N base will combine here. So the nitrogen base will combine here in place of OH. Okay. So this linkage between the sugar and the N base is called N-glycosidic linkage. Okay, this is called N-glycosidic linkage. Why glycosidic? Because there is a carbohydrate. If any type of linkage is there between carbohydrate and another molecule, then the linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Why N-glycosidic? Because there is nitrogen. Okay, so that's why N-glycosidic linkage is there. So the structures that I have drawn over here, now they are no longer D-ribose and deoxyribose. Okay, they have turned into nucleoside. Okay, so what are the name? What are the name? The first one is D-ribonucleoside and the second one is deoxyribonucleoside. So these are called nucleoside. Okay, so this D-ribonucleoside is found obviously in RNA and the deoxyribonucleoside is found in DNA. All right. Now the main thing, the main monomer unit, that is nucleotide. What is that? Also from this we can draw a very minute change. What is that? The phosphate group will join here through these OH groups, O, PO, O minus, O minus. Okay. So this is PO4 3 minus. One oxygen has combined with this carbon and rest one is double bonded O and two are free oxygens. Similarly here also CH2O, PO, O minus and here O minus. Now they are no longer nucleoside, they have become nucleotide. So this one is again ribo. right? Nucleotide. This is not nucleoside, nucleotide, and that one is deoxyribonucleotide. Deoxyribonucleotide. This is found in RNA again, and this is found in DNA. So now our job is to combine these nucleotide units to find or to form a nucleic acid or a part of nucleic acid. So how to combine? So we will do with this one, that is deoxyribonucleotide. So let's try to merge them. So I am not erasing the structure, it should stay there so that everyone can understand. So let's draw this. I hope it is visible. I can draw it over here also. Yes, still it is visible. Okay. So this is a nucleotide unit. CH2 O, P double bond O, single bond O minus, single bond O minus. That's it. Okay, this is a nucleotide unit. Now, this is the 5th carbon, this is the 4th carbon, this is the 3rd one, this is the 2nd one, and this is the 1st one. So here it is a nitrogen base. Doesn't matter which one is there as of now. And there is a hydrogen and there is a OH. Okay. Now what will happen? See, another nucleotide, okay, this is deoxyribonucleotide, another deoxyribonucleotide will combine with this unit. Okay, this is a monomer unit, and with this monomer unit another one will combine. How? Let's check. In this 3rd carbon oxygen, the oxygen is connected to the 3rd carbon, so that's why this oxygen is the O3, rather C3, whatever you can call it. So with this, which group will be connected? This phosphorus of 5th carbon of another nucleotide. Like this. In base, and here is the hydrogen, and there are 2 hydrogens, sorry, here is a OH, and hydrogen and hydrogen, and like this. All right. So this 3 carbon is connected to the 5th carbon of another nucleotide unit. Okay. So similarly, another one can connect like this. Okay, so like this many units can connect together. Okay, in the last unit the final OH will remain open. Okay, that will not be linked with any other phosphate group, right? And in the last of the top, this phosphate group will remain open. So this part is called as 5 prime part due to this carbon, and this part is called 3 prime part, okay, as this OH at the third carbon, it is open. So this is 3 prime part, 5 prime part, and this is the 3 prime part, okay, of DNA. And now we don't need this, so let's erase this. What happens? This long chain, okay, this long chain of starting from 5 prime and end with a 3 prime like this, okay, and this long chain will combine with the other one like this, okay, and now there are linkage. What type of linkage? Linkage through hydrogen bonding. So this is basically the structure of DNA. Just bend it like this, you will get a helix, okay. So that's why it is called double helix structure of DNA. All right, so let me tell you what kind of bonding is there. Once again, there is a bonding called hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding, okay, hydrogen bonding where between the nitrogen bases, okay, like adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. We are talking only about DNA. So in between adenine and thymine there are 2 hydrogen bonding, and in between guanine and cytosine there are 3 hydrogen bondings. So this is how the structure of DNA looks like, okay. That is the basic reason of 3 prime 5 prime, okay, what you read. I hope everyone has understood. Thank you so much.